right. Hello, everybody. This is Carmen Barclay. She is a holistic health coach, and I can't wait to try some of the smoothies she's going to prepare for us tonight. How are you doing, Carmen?
I'm doing great. It's great to be here, Joanne. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. And I thought we could start off with all these wonderful, really fragrant, natural foods that we could start putting together a smoothie.
Wouldn't it be great to be able to put this smell out on the camera here so that people could really smell what this is like?
Engage more of the senses, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So this smoothie is pineapple, banana, hemp. Hemp is great for boosting the protein, and kale. And I've got kale here, which is really high in protein as well. You'll notice there's a lighter green kale and a dark red kale, and I've used both. And we have a little bit of mint in there because we're going to put that in the second smoothie that we're going to make. So.
Okay, just hearing the list of the ingredients, I have a number of questions. This, I believe, is the hemp hearts. Can you tell us a bit more about what that does, how that helps you?
Well, it helps, like I say, boost the protein in your smoothie. It makes it taste very yummy. And yeah, you can use it in a number of different things. I like to put it in smoothies along with chia, but this recipe doesn't have chia. And so, yeah, I'm always experimenting with green smoothies and making different recipes. It's lots of fun. And I bring this to workplaces as well, so that when I go in to do a workshop or some training in a workplace around nutrition, and yeah, definitely what Matt said was, to help relieve stress, and eating proper and good nutrition is definitely key.
Okay.
One of the key
We'll talk some more about the workshops that you'll be presenting in the second segment, but let's get back to the ingredients for a bit, if you don't mind.
Sure.
I'm really interested in finding out the differences about this kale.
Okay, so, well, as you say, you can smell it, and so the kale is organic. I use organic ingredients whenever I can get them because, one, I like to support organic growers, especially local, and if you're making something that's a healthy food, it's best to start with something that is really healthy, right? So I want to show you a trick with kale, though. When you're getting kale ready to, we'll move this off here. Okay. So when you're getting kale ready, instead of chopping it up, you just grab it like this and you just push it along, and it comes right off. Okay. Like that. And so then you can chop it up and put it in the blender. Absolutely, yeah. And so a lot of people ask me if they should be using one of these blenders or this blender or whatever. You can use whatever blender you want for a green smoothie, but if it's an older blender or it doesn't quite have the power, you just have to chop things up quite a bit smaller, but it still works.
So it would work with more of an industrial type of modern blender. It would work more easily without having to chop as finely.
Sure, yeah. So some of the smaller single-serving blenders are a little bit, you just put the... Okay. So yeah, it depends on the power of the machine, and then it's... yeah, so...
Okay. So we'll start adding that together to this one, if you can help me with the releasing of the lid there.
Some of them are a little complex.
Okay.
Joanne,
And then here I see you've got, of course, lemons, limes, and bananas, and I'm sure you can inform us about what the advantages are of including those as well in your smoothie.
Well, lemons and lime are really great for alkalizing your system, and they also help to get your digestive juices flowing so that it helps with digestion. And digestion is actually one of my favorite things to talk about, so don't get me started on that. We want to focus on the ingredients, right?
Okay, so what we'll do is we'll hold that, and then at the second segment that we have tonight, Carmen will be back to talk some more about the ingredients and the workshops she offers in our community.
So actually, I'm misleading you, Joanne. I'm really sorry here. We actually start with the more fleshy. If you'd like to put that in, that'd be great.
Okay.
Just go ahead and dump the whole thing right in.
All right, all right.
Yeah, perfect. So we start with the fleshy first because, go ahead, put it all in.
Okay.
Because it starts to work, and then after with the greens on top, it pulls the greens right down, and so you're not having to take a spatula and get in there and muck around with it.
Okay, so we'll continue in the second segment with this because there's many great ingredients and I'm looking forward to testing out. Hi again, it's Carmen. Once again, we're back together here to continue the assembly of another great smoothie, and we've got one that's already been prepared that we're going to try, and we suspect we might have to share with the host guy at the end of the segment, but we're not.
Oh, so you're
we're going to try to pull that
Okay,
one.
all right.
Yeah. I've heard a rumor about that.
Okay.
Anyways, what has been great is the quality of these beautiful foods that are so simple in their own form, but together form all these great tastes in the smoothie. I've had a sip and it's just wonderful. And we started assembling another recipe of yours. We started with mango and strawberries. And I was wondering if you could tell us about the benefits of mango in the smoothie, besides the great flavor.
Yeah, well, mango and strawberries, of course, they help to make the smoothie sweeter. And so a lot of people are afraid of the green because it's kind of crunchy and it's not really that sweet. And it's, you know, so So for beginner green smoothiers, it's better to have some sweetness, and our body knows what to do with the natural sugars that comes from fruit. So that's what we use to start to make the transition from not drinking our green smoothies. And the reason that we want to drink green smoothies is because it's a really easy way to get in our greens, and we should be eating a lot of greens every day, a lot more than what we are eating, right? So that's basically the properties, the reason that I'm using the fruit in the green smoothies is to make them so delicious. And then after people start to get used to making green smoothies and start to play a bit more, then they start crowding out so much fruit and using more greens, and it's really a great way to get super nutrients into your body. And yeah.
And you speak with a voice of experience now as a holistic health coach. I should say. I know that you offer workshops throughout the community about this. Can you tell us more about the upcoming workshops that you have scheduled in Nanaimo? Absolutely,
yes. I host my workshops at Northridge Health Performance Center, and that's where my office is. And I've got one coming up in October, on October 15th, on liver health. And then in November, I have one, it's called Bittersweet, and it's kind of the sugar story, and it talks about how we got to where we are with sugar now, and if anybody's wanting to reduce the amount of sugar that they're taking in, then that would be a great one to come to. And then after that, we've got one in November on managing stress. And yeah,
with
sometimes
smoothies?
No, not with smoothies, but yeah, sort of. Well, no, with nutrition and with lifestyle, and I have some really great ideas around how to manage stress and why you would want to manage stress, right? So yeah, so.
And you had mentioned before we went to tape here that there was a contest you had planned as well.
Oh, thank you, Joanne. Yes, we got a green smoothie contest. So it ends October 8th. So if you've got a favorite green smoothie recipe, you can send it in. There's a $25 gift card and a book on healthy home. And oh, you're going to share your green smoothie with Matt? Awesome.
I'm going to take a sip first. So.
Here, Matt, why don't you have a try?
I'll gladly. And I mean, you talk a lot about involving stress. I know our director, Todd Jones, is stressed every time I walk in the front door here. So I'm going to recommend he has a couple of smoothies, and this looks pretty darn good.
It tastes and smells wonderful. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
A green stash. November's coming up. That could work.
Do this. I got to admit, too, I love making smoothies at home, and a little while ago someone suggested try putting spinach and other greens in it. Of course, the first thought is, well, that's going to really wreck the flavor, but not at all. In fact, it's a real nice building block to the smoothie overall. And like you said, it's just nice walking out the door in the morning. I've already got a bunch of my greens. I've already got my fruits in my daily intake. So yeah, I'm a big fan. So
super.
Yeah, so thank you so much for being here. And for showing us.
Submit a recipe to the green smoothie contest. You can go to our website and get the information there and submit
that. Website again is?
It's integrativehm.com.
Perfect. Awesome. Thanks so much. All right. Thank you so much for being here, Joanne. Thanks so much for putting this together and for stepping up and sharing the smoothie with me. I really appreciate it.
I am in luck today because we're making some food. Now, it looks like we could be making a salad, maybe a stir fry, something along those lines, but we're actually doing something completely different. I'm with Carmen Barclay here from Integrative Health Management. Carmen, what are we making?
Well, Fiona, we're going to make a complex green smoothie.
Aha, now green smoothies are very, very popular these days. I hear a lot about them, and I love them.